Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot and a PMDG 777 beta tester. Today we are going to do a double preview, review, however you want to call it, over here, flying from the, without any doubt, best airport in India now, that is Thai Models Bengalore. And we are also going to have a first look at the BORIS sound set for the PMDG 777. In today's case, the 200ER with the Rolls-Royce Trent 800 engines. I'm really looking forward to this. There is going to be some great stuff into here on our flight from Bangalore to London Heathrow, which is a real-world British Airways service operated daily on the 777-200. Alright then, so without any further ado, I suppose we're going to move right over into our aircraft and we're going to start powering it up. By the way, do note how lovely this airport is modeled over here. This is definitely a first in India, and I'm really looking forward to flying into and out of this more often. At this point, thank you very much to both developers, Thai Models as well as BORIS, through OrbX for offering me the review versions of the two add-ons shown over here. And with that, let's get straight into this. Now, I am going to start this cold and dark over here because we want to hear the sounds of the aircraft powering up. So let's go ahead and give this one a go. So the airplane is fully cold and dark. Let's go ahead and just turn the battery on and listen to what that sounds like. So, as you can notice, apart from those couple of sounds, not a lot happens, because pretty much any systems in the flight deck are actually getting load shed right now. But let's see what happens when we turn on the external power. And this is when our systems are slowly coming to life here. The full boot sequence of the Boeing 777 takes a couple minutes, so let's make use of some of that time. We're going to start by ordering ourselves some catering services here, so that we actually have some catering for today's flight. Then let's make use of that time to go down into the electronic flight bag down here and initializing our flight. So let's start by having a look into today's flight plan and our route of flight, all while enjoying the beautiful sounds of the airplane here. So this is what today looks like. Departing Bangalore, crossing the Indian Ocean, then across the Gulf, through Iraq, Turkey, across the Black Sea, and then in a straight line pretty much to Logan, from where we start the approach in Heathrow. Now, significant weather chart, there's nothing on here for our departure. We are crossing a jet stream en route, which may come with a little bit of turbulence. And apart from that, we've got completely nothing on our route, which is really, really nice for our passengers today. Now let's move on to the weather forecasts. And starting down here out of Bangalore, we've got easterly winds, couple clouds, 27 degrees. The typical Indian haze, no doubt about that, and then going over into Heathrow, typical British autumn weather with very light easterly winds, some clouds, the forecast pretty much the same, 11 degrees, so that's kind of what's expected at this time of the year. Gatwick, same stuff, so overall this is going to be easy going. Moving all the way up then, we are departing at 01:15, and if we make an on-time departure, we're going to arrive half an hour early in Heathrow. Let's see if that's actually going to happen. Not critical with any of our weights. The cruise starts on flight level 340, go up to flight level 400 later on, and with all of that in mind, let's have a look at our fuel section. So we are planned with a minimum of about 73.5 rounded up. And the question is, do we want any more? I don't think so. 73.5 is going to be just about fine. So let's go ahead and import that down here, go into the precise loading. So make that 73,500. Alright, so that's our aircraft loaded. By now, our plane has initialized as well. It's, well, starting to get pretty warm here, so let's go ahead and fire up that APU as well. Okay, and then we can go right into the standard procedures. So, ADRU coming on, Looking down here, the oil quantity is fine for the flight, but let's go ahead and get our maintenance to actually top that one off. So, refill engine oil, please. Thank you very much. Here we go, 26, that's better. Going down into the FMS, 777-200, Trent 800 engine, nav database is up to date, and, well, it hasn't even initialized far enough. Here we go. Okay, so we can already put this in as well, and then request our route from SimBrief select. Thank you. Okay, nice. So, nothing on the status page. Let's cancel and recall all those things on the ICAS here, and that is indeed all expected stuff. Thank you. By the way, that was a nice chime, wasn't it? Let's go ahead and load that route. But I definitely like the sound that Boris has put there on the chime for the FMS. And in general, I gotta say this sounds quite a bit better than PMDG's original. Okay, so all the uplinks are here, thank you. Well then. Oxygen test is good, let's do that on both sides. And we should do it on the third one as well, since we would have a cruise relief pilot on this one as well. Okay, you can have the doors over there, and then I suppose we're going to get right into this. So I will be using my WinWing CDU to start doing my inputs down here. And I suppose I will just put the door page down here so that we can see it in action. And while we're on it, let's also quickly head over to the com page. Flight information, ATIS request, we're looking for Wobble. And that one can come from PMDG over there. Actually, why can't we select it from Say Intentions? Let me quickly change that in the settings, and then I'll see you right back. Okay, so we've just changed those options, and look at that, now we can actually get the weather from Say Intentions as well, so let's just re-enter that and request it. No automatic updates needed. Send, thank you. So this one is the PMDG generated ATIS, but we don't quite need that one. So let's just cancel this. New one will be coming in a moment, and then we can start setting up our FMS in the meantime. Oh god, this menu opening is so annoying at times. Okay, so new message. This is Information Hotel 0900, runway 09 left and right, visibility 4 kilometers, scattered, temperature 27, QNH 1010. Like that. Now the big question, why do we get a different indication? Well, probably because the elevation at the airport reference point is different from the elevation at the gate. So that's kinda to be expected. Okay, so let's start with our FMS setup here. We're going from Bengalore to Heathrow, speedbird 118. Departure, probably runway 09 right, via the Gunim 8 Charlie departure. And then for the arrivals, 27 right is active at the moment in Heathrow with the Logan to Hotel, and we'll take the Lamborn transition. Okay, so very quick check through the route. Gunim, November 563 towards Sodex. Derek Bosev, Quebec 565 Okubu, Golf 462 Tumac. Then Lima 602, Gatsy Mike 680 Ninva, Upper Mike 680 Charlie Romeo Mike, and so on. We just checked that all of those are correct down here, and that actually looks pretty good. So we can go ahead and activate and execute this. Now let's go on to the Lex page, and for that we do need our charts. So, airports, parking stands, and then we also need the CHIT, Gunim 8 Charlie. You can give me daylight charts, that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Straight ahead to 3,400 feet, maximum 250 knots. Bravo Lima 761, maximum 250 and above 7,000. We can check that on the plan mode while we're going through it. Okay, right turn Bravo Lima 762, maximum 250. And that one is missing the constraint because the 777 FMS can only take speed constraints when there is an altitude as well. So I'm entering 1000 above here. Then we continue right to waypoint 404 below level 110, 405 below 110, 881 above 150, and then 120 miles towards Gunim. And that looks all good. Fantastic. So, looks like our catering is complete. Then let's go ahead and request boarding, please. Alright, so while we're on this, let's go ahead and enter the step climbs as well. So next is going to be Legen, flight level 360. Over here, then we've got Tasmi, flight level 380. Like that, and finally Argas, flight level 400. Okay, and execute. Now, route data, load the wind data, please. Execute, then we can go on to the forecast uplink, which we can load as well. Progress page, 4,594 versus 4,595. Excellent. That's really good. Okay, then let's continue. Navrat, nothing. Fixed page, we can enter the departure airport and draw a 25-mile ring around this. Now for the VNAV page, transition altitude 7,000, and according to the chart, it's 7,000 indeed. Cool, so init, uplink, request, accept. Then let's see, alternate 3.4 and final, well, if we add them together, that's like 5.9, well, 6 to be exact, with the correct rounding, so let's put that in there. 73.5 is the required fuel, level 340, cost NX 50 is okay. Fuel temperature, or minimum fuel temperature, minus 44, cruise CG 30, and then on the takeoff page, noise abatement procedure number 2 is in here. Alright, that looks all perfect. So with that we have done our FMS preparation for the time being. Let's leave it down there and start with a flight deck. So APU is already online. Refueling is complete, so the seatbelts can come on. Over here everything's set. We don't need the logo light, it's bright enough outside. And this side's set as well. So, moving up to the MCP. We don't have any initial climb currents yet, that's fine. Pre-flight, checklist reset all. Thank you, and then we can go back to like the status page or something. Actually tell you what, we'll go back to the com page, because we'll need that in a moment. Auto brakes RTO. So, park and brake is set. Now let's look up our frequencies. Let's see, delivery will probably be via data link, so ground, we're on apron 3 over here, is going to be 121.775. Okay, and then the tower probably 19.05. Like that. So, interesting to see that old transponder again, but according to Atarium, whose livery I'm using, this is the correct configuration. no headset for the time being, so we'll leave that off. Okay, so a little feature of the BORIS sound pack there. If you turn the cannon button on, then you get some interphone chatter. And when you turn the flight button on, then you get an active noise cancelling headset. So, I suppose that's one way to do this. Even though I would have preferred it through the switch down here, but I suppose it's something. Okay, so weather radar, weather and turbulence is already selected, that's all looking good. Then I suppose we can start with our takeoff briefing when you are ready. So we're going to depart from Bengalore, runway 09 right, Gunim, a Charlie departure. Initial climb to be assigned by our traffic control and MSA-wise. We've got pretty high elevation, 6,000 feet should keep us safe all around. Apart from that, extra fuel and time, we've got pretty much 0, which is absolutely sufficient for our purposes. Alright, thanks for that. No hotspots for our taxi out, and stop margin for this takeoff will be, well, probably a couple hundred meters. The runway is pretty long down there. Engine out, sit straight at 25 miles, pick up the hold in 6,000. If we need to come back immediately, runway 09 left is in use, and we can come back overweight, which is not going to be much of a problem, even though we are going to be fairly fast, but that is not going to annoy us today. Apart from that, nothing special, nothing non-standard. The speed restriction is more than high enough at 250 knots, and that's everything I got. Anything from your side? No. I like that. So then let's do the pre-flight checklist, please. Oxygen, chest at 100%. Flight instruments, heading 182, altimeter 1010, reading 2930, set left, set right. Pre-flight checklist complete. Okay. So let's assume that the load sheet has already arrived. Let's actually see how the boarding is going. They still have a little bit to go. Okay. So be it. Nonetheless, let's assume that the load sheet is already on the way, and just make use of the time we've got to request our clearance, please. So, that's Information Hotel. Departure clearance request, speedbird 118, Bangalore to Heathrow. Station will be Bengalore, Atus Hotel, and our gate is Victor 55. We'll also send them a good morning down there. Alright, so that all looks pretty good. Then let's send our clearance request. And send. Nice. So, in the meantime, load sheet time. And we've got a zero fuel weight of 178.1.
Air India 2402 ready for pushback.
Here we go. That makes 251.6, which matches the load sheet. Alright, so performance tool. Can import that from the OFP. We're departing 09 right. So let's see. Where's the wind? 070 at 8. The temperature is 27 and the QNH is 1010. Okay, so according to the load sheet, we got a takeoff weight of 251.6 and a CG at 29.
Air India 2654, runway 9 right taxi via Lima 3 Delta Papa Hotel.
That was a little bit much. 251.6, CG 29, and calculate. In the meantime, new message, and that's our departure request status being processed. Stand by, cancel, and here's the clearance. So, cleared to Heathrow, expect runway 9 right, which is checked. Gunim A Charlie is confirmed, maintain 9000. And departure on 125.125. Like that. Alright, squawk 1521. Like that. Alright, looks good. Accept.
Air India 2402, ready to taxi.
Alright, accepted.
Air India 2402, runway.
Perfect, then we can cancel this, and that's it. Perfect. Great, so that's our clearance done. Then let's continue with our takeoff performance.
Air India 2402.
So this is a flaps 5 takeoff. We've got 38 degrees assumed temperature, giving us a takeoff EPR of 1.472 versus 1.471. That's close enough. So CG 29, trim 5.5 versus 5.25. That's close enough. 51, 56, 62. Those are all within 1 knot, so we can accept those FMS speeds. Alright, and that's our performance completed. Let's see, loading is still in progress. Can put that away, and then let's just have a look. Oh, come on. Can't really see much, but that probably means that they are done with the cargo loading. Okay. So far so good. We should go off block in a minute's time. Let's see if we got any passenger information up here. 235 of 294. Okay, so we'll be ready in just a couple minutes. Well, I'm going to use that time to say hello to our guests already. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of British Airways, welcome aboard our Boeing 777-200ER on a flight from Bengalore to London Heathrow. Today's flight time will be approximately 10 hours and 20 minutes. We're expecting a smooth flight for the majority of the flight and typical British weather with some rain showers, temperatures around 10 to 12 degrees on our arrival. Thank you very much for choosing to fly with us today. Now sit back, relax and enjoy the flight with us, and if there is anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew. Once again, thank you very much for your attention, welcome aboard, and we are just finishing up the last paperwork, then we will close the doors, and once that is done, we will commence our pushback and taxi out for runway 09 right today, departing in easterly direction, then turn to the south, flying around the airport and directly towards London. Thank you very much. Now sit back, relax and enjoy the flight with us. Okay, cool. So passengers have been dealt with. Then, is there anything else we can do? I suppose we could already disconnect some of the ground equipment. So APU is running.
119.05. Switching to Tower Express.
So release the ground power unit, and the parking brake is set, so the chocks can be removed as well. Alright, lovely. Now we're literally just waiting for the boarding to finish, and as soon as that's done, we're ready to go. Let's zoom in a little bit on the Enroute map, that way we get our live taxi map. Here we go, beautiful. And then let's already work ahead a bit. Let's see, 284 of 294, cargo is full, that's good. Just a minute behind the TOBT, we need to request pushback within 5 minutes from our TOBT, so that should be just about fine. So you guys kind of ready to prepare for pushback and departure, please. So now we just gotta wait until all the doors are closed and then we're ready to go. So down here everything's done. Ground from cockpit. Go ahead. So, please confirm that the boarding is getting finished now. Yes, Captain, we are about to finish boarding. Okay, thank you. So, they're saying ready for departure now. So let's see, doors should hopefully be closing. With the emphasis on should, because nothing is happening. Okay. Oh, interesting. Whatever GSX has been doing down here. I suppose I don't even want to know. Close all. Okay. So, closed. Armed. Don't have an indication for that on the British Airways aircraft. Okay, fine, fair enough. Cool. So, ground flight deck. Please confirm that we are clear to pressurize the hydraulics. You're clear to pressurize. Thank you. So, a little bit of a sound would be nice on the MCP. So, heading 092. Alright. Okay, fuel in center does show. Then we turn the center pumps on as well. Trim 5.5, transponder is on. So, B4 start checklist down to beacon, please. Flight deck door. Closed and locked. MCP V2 162, heading 092, altitude 9000. Takeoff speeds V1 152, VR 156, V2 162. CDU pre-flight completed. Trim 5.5 units, 0 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Holding at beacon. So, what's their call sign? Bengalore ground. Bengalore ground, Speedbird 118, heavy request, pushback and startup.
Speedbird 118. Pushback and startup approved. Face east.
Pushback and startup approved, facing east, Speedbird 118 heavy. Okay, B4 start checklist complete. So ground, push and start approved, facing east, parking brake is set. Roger, release brakes please. Parking brake released. Thank you, start on the pushback and stand by for engine start. Roger. Alright, and here we go. Really lovely to see. The airport is just looking wonderful. Time models have done an excellent job, and I just totally love the fact that we finally have a high quality add-on available for India, making this a more feasible destination than it was before with the, well, the add-on for Delhi wasn't good, and the add-on for Mumbai is low quality for MSFS standards. Was okay to fly there, but this one is much, much better. I see Bengalore as a much more frequent destination in the future, especially because you don't just have your standard... Let's say you don't just have your standard flights to stuff in the area, but you have a lot of flights to European capitals and even decentralized airports such as Leipzig or Cologne with the freighters. For instance, UPS operates the 777F as well as the 747-8F out of Bangalore to Cologne. Lots of flights in Asia as well, so overall very well connected. Okay, so ground flight, we're ready for engine start, and we'll start both engines at the same time. So, engine 1 and 2 start. Let's listen from the outside, shall we? Okay, pushback completed, set brakes. Brake set. The one thing that I'm really looking forward to is going to be that low frequency howling of those Rolls-Royce engines when we are increasing thrust later on. Okay, we have 2 good engine starts here. Clear to disconnect. Show me the pin on the right hand side, please, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. So, let's start with the flight controls here. There's a tuck, there's a tow bar. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Okay, and there's the ramp agent. She's holding a pin. Rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. Okay, so clear signal is received. And before taxi checklist. Anti-ice, off. Recall, checked. Flight controls, checked. Ground equipment, clear. Before taxi checklist, complete. Now, just a very quick check of my options down here. We should have tiller and rudder and realistic park and brake. Okay. Speedbird 118 Heavy, request taxi.
Speedbird 118, unable, contact Bengalore ground on 121.65 for taxi instructions.
Okay. Bengalore ground, Speedbird 118 Heavy, request taxi.
Speedbird 118, runway 9er right taxi via Delta, Papa Hotel. Contact tower on 119.05 when ready for departure.
Taxi runway 09 right via Delta, Papa and Hotel, 119.05 when ready, Speedbird 118 Heavy.
Air India 2808, request push and start.
So, clear right side, clear left side, brake is released. Alright, so let's listen to those engines.
Negative. Taxi to runway 9er right via Delta, Papa Hotel. Contact tower on 119.05 when ready for departure.
That's exactly what we said, thank you. Okay. So, Delta, Papa, Hotel, all the way to the runway. And let's do that with a live map. That's easier, isn't it? Alright, so initially we start straight out. The left is clear, the right is clear. I really like the shimmering over here. Like, it's moist outside, you can see that. You can see that on the airport surfaces.
Air India 2808, ready to taxi.
Air India 2808.
Okay,
Runway
cabin
9er
ready.
right taxi via Delta, Papa Hotel.
Runway 9er right taxi via Delta, Papa Hotel, Air India 2808.
So, we continue straight across the apron and then southbound via Papa. Ooh, Emirates is not at the terminal. Interesting. Alright, so left side is clear, right side is clear. That's gonna be Papa up next. Ten knots, and here we go. Something still strikes me about those engine sounds. Like, the howl that I'm expecting is there, but there is something else there, right? I'm not sure what that other noise is, though. I mean, listen to this. I'm gonna go back to idle. And now it's cleaner. Like, when I'm adding some thrust again, watch how the sound kind of becomes dirty. I'm not yet sure what that is. I'm really not yet sure what that is. Interesting. Okay, so next is gonna be hotel. That's basically down to the end and then to the right. So, clear on the left side, clear on the right side.
Request push and start.
Disney 257 Foxtrot, push and start approved.
Alright then.
Reply 257 Foxtrot.
So from now on it's a straight line all the way to the full length for runway 09 right. Then let's go ahead and start with the takeoff briefing. Or rather, the review of the takeoff briefing.
Flight 27, Papa Charlie, contact
So
tower
it's going to be
on
a
119
lefty takeoff, runway 09 right, flaps 5, noise abatement procedure number 2, VNAV guided, anti-ice is off, packs will be on. Takeoff speeds 152, 156, 162, sit straight ahead, and then we make a right-hand turn out. Departure frequency is going to be 125.125, squawk is in, and in case of emergency, straight ahead 6000, then we take vectors to the south most likely, or to the north, both is fine with me, and come back for a landing on runway 09 left. Any questions? No? Okay, in that case, before takeoff checklist? Before takeoff checklist complete. I'll take the weather, you get the terrain.
I fly 257 Foxtrot, runway 9 right taxi via Lima 3, Delta Papa Hotel.
Runway 9 right taxi via Lima 3.
Okay, so he said contact tower when ready, then let's switch over. Bengalore Tower, Speedbird 118 Heavy, ready for departure.
Speedbird 118 Heavy, Bengaluru Tower, runway 09 right, wind 070 at 14, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09 right, clear for takeoff, Speedbird 118 Heavy. Okay. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Good, so everything is ready. Let's see, how much further is it? Not too far, okay. They really must not have a lot of traffic if we already get the takeoff clearance that early. But then again, if we're number one, why wouldn't they? Maybe that's why. Aircraft on short final, and this is definitely on final for our runway. Let's see, where is he? There he comes, out of the fog. Ouch. That gentleman definitely learned at Ryanair. So let me just call him again, just to be sure. Speedbird 118, ready for departure. No longer talking to us? Well, in that case, there's no one on approach, we can see that. The aircraft that we saw earlier was vacating, so I'll take it the clearance is still valid. Are you ready? Sounds like it. Try that in a check ride in the real world. Are you ready? No answer. Okay, sounds like it. How to get fired from an airline in an instant. Oh, and he just parked on there. Okay. So technically speaking, we still have takeoff clearance. But I think we are gonna wait until that gentleman is gone. This looks better, doesn't it? Speedbird 118, are we still cleared for takeoff? I got a knack at the AI. I just gotta.
Speedbird 118, heavy, runway 09 right, wind 070 at 14, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09 right, clear for takeoff, Speedbird 118 heavy. Okay then. Timing, takeoff. Now let's listen to this. You can hear the characteristic growling from the outside.
80 knots.
Checked. But not so much from the inside.
V1. Rookie.
Positive climb. Gear up. $400. All right. So just 10 hours 20. Then we're
Speedbird 118,
in London.
departure on 121.25.
121.25. Speedbird 118. Now that's a nice sound. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. Bengalore departure, speedbird 118, heavy passing 4,600, climbing 9,000. Flaps up. Speed checked.
Speedbird 118 heavy, Bengaluru departure, radar contact. Climb flight level 310, vectors to Bravo, Lima 761, then as filed.
Climb flight level 310 via 761, then as filed. Speedbird 118 heavy. Set. Flight level 310 checked. Now this is a very nice sound. This climb thrust setting here, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Autopilot. Wow. Alright, so after takeoff checklist? After takeoff checklist complete. Can remove all those scratch pad entries down there. And most importantly, let's put the sunshade in place. Set standard. Standard cross check, passing flight level 8 for now. So that was interesting. No sound associated with the sunshades. They should make a very distinctive sound in the real world. So that's something that Boris probably still has to add to his sound pack. So this one is the last of the 250 knot restrictions, so once we're going through 10,000, even though that's just 7,000 AGL, I am definitely going to accelerate. Man, listen to the radios. Just nothing. We must have caught a very good time for our departure. So, no longer need those. And here we go, through 10,000. We are definitely going to keep the passengers seated for the time being, because there will most certainly be turbulence within those clouds over here. Alright, but apart from that, nothing hard-tuned. Optimum 346, maximum 378, recommended 280. I kind of don't trust the 280 down here, so we're going to go to 340 as filed. Arriving at 11:36, schedule 12:05.
Air India 2845 contact.
Even including some possible delay, I would say that's probably just about perfect. Alright then, so let's start entering a little bit of alternate airports here. Gonna go with Mumbai, and the next one is already gonna be Karachi. And finally Muscat. Okay, good. Alternate uplink is noted. And I think for the time being that's all we Okay, well, we cleared the climb. We're not going to level off here.
Flight level 160.
That's better. So, thrust ref, enough speed. Continue the climb, please. Especially with those clouds here. That's turbulence coming up, and he's had climb flight level 310, so I'm totally happy to do that. Okay then, so I suppose for the time being that's all I can offer you, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And as always, if anything interesting happens en route, I will get back to you. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. Expecting the ILS runway 27 right into Heathrow, speedbird 118 heavy. Alright, so that's going to be runway 27 right. That means they have just switched runways. We were prepared for runway 09 left. But no problem, let's quickly redo this, and overall this shouldn't be a big thing here. So 27 right, here it is. Okay, minimum 278 is a foot less than on the other runway. I can definitely live with that. Here we go. Okay, so 27 right, Lambon transition. Let's quickly go ahead and have a look at the important details of that arrival. So starting in 2,500 feet at the Fox 27 right, we're on radar vector anyway already. And then 3-degree glide. And the go-around goes straight ahead to 1580, which we've got down here, and then heading 316 until 3000, then as directed So that's in here as well now. Let's just re-enter the arrival airport real quick so that it draws the ring around the runway threshold. Well, and that's everything we've got over here. Apart from that, I've filled out everything, and I can quickly take you into the loop of what we're doing. So we got 250 below 100, we're already flying 250 knots because of the restriction overhead Weasel. Apart from that, ATC has taken us under their full control, so speed heading altitude, and
Speedbird 118, turn left heading 245.
left heading 245, Speedbird 118. Here we go, heading 245. Cool, so extend the center line, please. We'll take that from the center fix and intercept course 269, execute. That looks good.
Contact Heathrow Tower on 1.
Okay, so they're keeping us a little bit high over here. I'm definitely going to start reducing speed already so that we can dive down once we need to. So belts are on, all the rest is done. QNH 1030 could already be pre-selected down here. And then I suppose we are going to start with the Speedbird 118, descend flight level 070. Set, flight level 70 checked. Level change. And let's give it the speed brake so that we actually get down.
Altitude 070, descend.
Whatever. Alright, cool. So let's start our approach briefing. No, not you, but you. This is going to be a radar vectored ILS approach runway 27 right. Minimum safe altitude is 2,300 feet around the airport. The minimum 278. Go around straight at 1580. Right turn heading 316, climbing 3000. Extra fuel and time. This is a bit of a topic that we need to consider down here. We're arriving with 5.4 tons. The original final reserves.
Descend altitude 4,000.
Descend altitude 4,000. Speedbird 118. Set. 4,000 checked, and set QNH please. QNH 1030 cross check, passing 12.2 now. Okay, so we have committed to landing at our destination airport over here. What is that TCAS target doing? That's interesting. And he's gone. Okay, fine.
Speedbird 118 heavy, proceed direct, Charlie Foxtrot 27 Romeo. Descend altitude 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 27 right approach.
Everyone is seated and has fast.
Speedbird 118, direct 10 mile final, runway 27 right, descend 3,000 until established, cleared ILS 27 right. Okay, perfect. That's set. Then, going through 10,000, lights on, signs on, and then the rest of the briefing. This is going to be a flat rector guided ILS approach, flaps 25, and we are going to use... We are going to use the reversers here, vacate the runway to the left-hand side, and our gate is going to be 561 today. Alright, any questions about that?
Decimal 48.
I suppose that means no, so then let's go ahead and read the approach checklist, please. And just a very quick cross-check on the QNH, because ATC hasn't actually told us. So, it's 1030. Checked.
X-ray contact, London Gatwick Tower on 124.
Okay, approach checklist, altimeters, QNH 1030. Approach checklist complete. So, then we no longer need the speed brake.
460, contact London Gatwick Tower on 124.23.
Here we go.
124.23, easy 6460.
Alright, we were kept a little bit high, but overall wasn't too much a problem getting down here. So, cabin is ready. So, here's some London for you guys. Cool, 1,000 to go. We'll fly it down to 3,000, then we'll start reducing speed. That should be easy going. Okay, tower's already pre-selected, then let's have a little bit of fun. And manual flight, manual thrust. That sound so incredibly reminds me of the caution sound from the 767 in Air Crash Investigation. I wonder if Boris used the same sound source than the team that created Air Crash Investigation did. Alright, we're cleared for the approach. Approach is armed. Alt.
Speedbird 118, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.48 at Charlie Foxtrot 27 Romeo.
124.48, Speedbird 118 Heavy. Bye-bye. Localizer capture. Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 118 Heavy, established ILS 27 right. So, quite the tailwind here. Flaps 1. Speed checked.
Speedbird 118 Heavy, Heathrow Tower. Say again, please.
Glide stop capture, go around altitude 3000 set, flaps 5. Speedbird 118 Heavy, established ILS 27 right.
Speedbird 118 Heavy, Heathrow Tower. Speed 160 till 4 nautical miles.
Reducing 160 until 4, Speedbird 118. So, flaps
Speedbird
15.
118, roger.
Radio altimeter.
Checked.
Speedbird
Alright,
118
gear down.
Heavy, winds 360 at 5. Runway 27 right, cleared to land.
Runway 27 right, clear to land, Speedbird 118 Heavy.
Virgin 45 Whiskey, runway 9 right taxi, via Golf, Echo, Alpha, November 10.
Ah, sounds a lot like they're switching back to runway 9, huh?
Runway 9 right taxi via Golf, Echo, Alpha.
So we're probably among the last to land on 27 right here. Alright, so flaps 20. Okay, we're about to reach 4 miles. Let's start reducing our speed. Flaps 25. And set VRF plus 5. Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. So, typical autumn weather here, isn't it?
1,000.
Stabilized. So, that's our runway. We're on the puppies. Wonderful. So it's mostly crosswind now.
500.
So the wind up here is like it's going to be on the ground.
50 above.
Checked.
Decide.
Continue.
$50, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up, thrust wheels normal. Manual brakes.
Speedbird 118, welcome to Heathrow. Taxi taxi to Terminal 5 Center 561 at your discretion. Stay on this frequency.
Ascend 561 at our discretion, remain your frequency. Speedbird 118 heavy. That's interesting. But okay, ain't gonna say no to that. So, number one, we'll get clear of the runway. You can see the next aircraft is already on a short final back there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, so the left side is clear.
did you know that London is home to the world's oldest underground railway system, known as the Tube? It's a fantastic
And then we'll take the second to the right.
Thank you for flying with British Airways.
Thai 911 ready to taxi.
We reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain
Thai 911, runway 9 right taxi via Lima Alpha, November 10.
the local time is 12:39 in the afternoon.
Runway 9 right taxi via Lima Alpha, November 10, Thai 911.
Flight BA 450 to Edinburgh, departing at 1:15 from gate 21. Flight BA 600 to Paris, departing at 1:30 from gate 23. Flight BA 900 to New York.
Okay, so after landing items. Okay, so now parking stands 561 is right over here, the first gate.
406 ready to taxi.
Speedbird 406, runway 9 right taxi via Yankee Alpha, November 10.
And here it is, 561.
Runway 9 right taxi via Yankee Alpha, November
So,
10,
lights off.
Speedbird 406.
Weather radar definitely off. Alright, there's a 777 on the guidance system. And it's even at 200. Perfect. So lights are off, huh?
Speedbird 81, runway 9 right taxi via Bravo, link 53 Alpha, November 10.
Stop.
Runway 9 right
Nice.
taxi via Bravo, link 53 Alpha, November
So
10,
parking brake set,
Speedbird
APU
81.
running. Then, thank you, we'll gladly turn those off. And number one, number two. Cabin crew, all doors and park. Alright, here we go. Shutting down. That's looking good. Alright, so transponder 2000 standby. Then let's see what we got. Status here, doors here. Talking about the doors, let's get ourselves some external power. The chocks in, GPU request, and disarm all doors.
Speedbird 702 Echo ready to taxi.
Cold enough that we can turn the APU off without
Echo,
problems.
runway
And
9
beacon
right
off as
taxi
well, then we
via
can
Charlie
request our
Alpha,
deboarding over
November
here.
10.
And since the chocks are in position, we
Runway
can
9
release the
right
parking
taxi
brake.
via Charlie Alpha, November 10,
Okay.
Speedbird 702 Echo.
So, shutdown checklist. Parking brake released. Shutdown checklist complete.
Speedbird 132 established on the ILS.
So,
runway
let's see.
27 right.
All those messages are known and expected. Nothing on the status page. And that is looking quite good. Let's see about our fuel usage here. We used 68.3 and we were supposed to use 65.5. Okay, so definitely used a little bit more fuel. No idea why. We followed the flight plan pretty much exactly, but hey, ultimately doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and secure this. Aero off, emergency lights off. Secure checklist, please. packs on, secure checklist complete. You don't need to turn them off down here if no air conditioning unit is expected, and you can be pretty sure we're not gonna get one today. Alright then, my friends, that's what I can offer you today. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you also enjoyed the BORIS sounds. I think as my initial feedback, I gotta say that they're good. They're better than PMDG's original sound that the PMDG has been delivered with. On the other hand side, we don't yet at this time when I'm recording this video know what the update is going to bring, so we can't really compare them there yet. In any case, I can say that they do sound very good. There are some things that can probably be improved a little bit, like that strange rumble I talked about during the taxi out, but overall BORIS, I would say, has delivered a pretty solid pack over here. And with that, my friends, thank you very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you again to today's sponsor, Say Intentions AI. If you did like today's ATC, be sure to check him out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And likewise, thank you to OrbX for providing the BORIS sound set. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one. Also, check out Bengalore if you like that one. First high-quality airport in India. And with that, I'm really looking forward to see you guys again on the next one.